Good morning, beautiful people. I hope that you are having a wonderful, great start for the new week. It is a Monday morning, and I'm here. I am going to be setting up some furniture that I have for work. And I just thought, hey, maybe I can just show you guys the process when you were, if you have ever had to set up furniture before. So I have an office chair here that we got from Amazon that I am going to be setting up here in just a second. So I have disassembled everything from the box here, as you guys can see. And I am basically trying to get this set up. Hopefully it's going to be an easy setup. Sometimes furniture can be a nightmare, so I am hoping that this is not going to take me that long. So I have different parts here, as you guys can see already. This is the manual with all the tools, screws and nuts, the wheels, the handle. This is the seat for the chair. And we have the back right here, as you guys can see, and all the stuff that we need. So stay tuned as I put this chair together. And if you're new here, go ahead, kindly subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave a comment, and also share my videos. So thank you for my returning subscribers. I am truly, truly, truly grateful for you guys. So, ladies and gents, stay tuned as we get this furniture, this chair, office chair, set up. Hopefully, you have had to do this before, but if you have not, hopefully this is a very easy process for you guys. All right, let's get this on the go. So this is the back of the chair. Right here, and I had already disassembled the seat. Put it down here. This is going to be the headrest. So what I'm basically doing is trying to go ahead and put all the different parts together. This is an additional support for the headrest. I'm looking at the manual here. Alright, so let's look at the first step. First step we need to do is, this is going to be the rotator piece that helps the chair to turn around. And like I said, I already got all my spare parts here set up, so we're gonna go ahead and get this process started. So these are gonna be the wheels. We have fire all of that. So, just showing you guys here all the stuff that I'm ready, putting aside, the bolts, and all the stuff. So, so this are my different bolts and nuts that I'm going to be using to assemble this together. So so I'm trying to be careful so I don't misplace anything. The good thing with this is that sure they're organized. So I don't have any tools with me, but we're gonna try to do our very best to document this process as much as possible so that you guys have an idea of how you kind of set this up. So I got this piece here. So we have 5 arms that go onto this here. As you guys can see, it's already kind of, turning into shape. Then what I need to do is to just go ahead and use the right bolts to bolt them in. Basically, so making sure that it's the handles of the hands are aligned perfectly to the screw hole. Otherwise, if it doesn't align, it's not easy to screw it on. So I'm basically kind of having to take them off and align the pieces together. So I don't know. Personally, I like to put things together, but sometimes, the process can be a little tedious, depending on what you're putting together. I feel like a chair is one of those things that are not going to be really, really hard. I mean, I'll admit that if I don't know how to do something, I'll ask for help. But I feel like an office chair is something that you can easily put together if you have all the right tools. Anyways, so I've already went ahead and aligned all my screws where they're supposed to be, and I'm gonna use this little tools here. It kind of helps you to basically put that in, and you kind of tighten it to make sure that it's in place. So we're gonna do this for all the other 4 arms. And what I try to do first is just to kind of tighten all the screws until they are at a level that they're kind of a little tight. And then what I'll do, I'll go back and make sure they're really tight all the way. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. But anyways, so I hope that the month of August is turning out pretty well for you. I can't believe that it's already August. It feels like 2024 just came around the corner the other day. And here we are thinking about it's only 4 more, at least 3 more months until December is here, and then we're going to be thinking about 2025. Here in Virginia, I think, we're kind of gearing for towards the end of summer. It is a very, very, very hot summer here in Virginia, USA. So I don't know whatever you're watching from, how hot, cold, or rainy it is. I was in Kenya, my native country of Kenya. I went July 11th and I came back on the 27th of July, so I am fully back at work. So for you guys, as I'm kind of putting this chat together, I know a lot of you guys, a lot of my new subscribers are brand new. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this to make sure that it's fully tightened, because the thing about it is once you put this chair together, you don't want to, like a couple of days later or a couple of weeks after that, for the thing to kind of be loose or not stable. So anyway, as I was saying, for most of you guys who are here and are kind of wondering, so who is this guy here who is producing content and why should we care to watch them? So as I put this together, so I've already put this together. This is going to be where the seed is going to go, where you actually sit on. So I'm going to put this on the side here. As we continue and as we do that, I'm also going to look at the next steps of what we are doing next. So next we have this piece. This is the one that helps the chair to go up and down. I'm going to try to figure out how that goes. Okay, so I think it goes this way, and I will be trying to figure out what the tool that I'm supposed to fix it, what I need. Hold on a minute. So I had to consult the directions. I'm a little bit sometimes, you kind of have to make sure you're putting it right. I'm actually realizing that the next step is I am going to go ahead and this. So this is actually the part that is going to be on the ground. So yeah. Okay. So that's the part that's going to be on the ground here. So these are the wheels. You snap them in here like that. So I was actually, I had actually said the wrong thing. I had to say that this was the part that you sit on, but this is actually the part that goes on the ground. So you want to make sure that the wheels have snapped. Like I said, you want to make sure you have a very strong, solid thing. So, anyways, let's see. Alright, so this, as you guys can see, is what it's gonna look like once it's been set and put together. Okay, so let's figure out what we're putting together next. So we've put those down, and then we're moving on to the next steps. So the next steps, it looks like we're gonna work on the handles and the back of it. So give me a second here as I try to figure out what to do next. Alright, so this piece here. Okay. So as I had said, that piece here, this, I'm putting it down here like that. And then next we're gonna start to work on the back of the chair. So we do have a couple of those things that we are kind of wanting to put together. And this is the back here. So let's see. Alright, so these are what you rest your hands on. So that's what we're gonna be working to put together here. Alright. My bad, it looks like I actually had put the wrong one on. So I gotta figure out what screw actually goes on there. Okay, so I had just put a screw here, and then I am just twisting it to make sure. Yep. So what I'm actually doing now is I'm just using my hand to kind of position it in place, and then I'm gonna use, I forget what this little thing is called, that you use to tighten and make sure that you have your connection is put up the right way. Okay, as you guys can see, once you have secured it in place and you make sure that it's tight, then the goal is to make sure it also adjusts, because it's supposed to adjust. Okay. So I have a tight joint there, and then we're also going to go ahead and get the other one in place. So as we do that, I think I was just trying to give you guys a little perspective on a couple things. So yeah, so for you guys that are brand new here to Chacha Unlimited, so we just started this channel. We actually started it on June 19th while I was on vacation in my home native country of Kenya. I was born and raised in Kenya. I grew up in a very small village in East Africa, between the border of Kenya and Tanzania. It's called Korea, Kenya. I know most of you have or have not heard of Nyabuhansi village. That is one of the most famous YouTube villages in Kenya, Africa. So I was born near there, and I spent most of my formative years as a child in Kenya, growing up as a country boy, as a village boy. We grew up herding or tending after cows, going to a farm, kind of like a farm life, countryside lifestyle, until I was about 10. Then I moved to one of the major cities in Kenya, of Eldoret. And then after Eldoret, we also relocated to Nakuru. And then after Nakuru, I relocated to the States, to the United States, when my dad had a teaching job in upstate New York. So then we relocated to the United States with my sister. And then, yeah, so ever since that time, it's going on it's actually been 20-some years now. And so I just turned 40 early this year in March. And so one of the things that really I was inspired by is that you have local YouTubers from my native village, basically who have been producing content and putting stories out there about village life and stuff like that. And so I've been inspired, and a lot of these YouTubers are making big splashes and big changes in our community. They're changing the narrative about what it means to sustain themselves, to find opportunities, because there are not a lot of opportunities in the village. We have a lot of young men that have gone, or young women that have gone to college or finished high school, but the opportunities for them to find a job, work in the government or work in the private sector, have been very limited. So they've been able to use YouTube as a platform to tell stories about village life, simple life. So for me, I live in Virginia, and I thought about, like, maybe I can be one of those people that are telling stories about what it means to be born in a small village, from humble beginnings to then build yourself up. I've been in the U.S. for 20-some years. Went to college. I have struggled. I've never had a very easy, successful life. I've struggled, but at the age of 40, I have a family, I have a job, and so, but at the same time, I'm always seeking. I'm never one who is complacent about where I am in life. I'm seeking for opportunities to make sure that I have a bright future as I get older. And also at the same time, I have a background in, telling stories. And so I've decided to, why don't I use my background in telling stories to see if we can grow a platform on YouTube and make this into a lifestyle and travel blog of showcasing different styles, between stories in Kenya, stories in the US, stories in Virginia, stories across the US, and so many different things. So as I put this chair together, I just decided to take a little break and just give you a little glimpse of, so who is Chacha and why should we be paying attention to Chacha? So I'm hoping that we're gonna grow on this platform and we're gonna find great, exciting things. So whatever you're watching from, stay tuned as we get this chair on the way. So we have to go ahead and put the arms on it. Now the next step, or the next thing that we're gonna be doing is we are gonna put the support on the back of the chair onto here. So here's the part. It's gonna need 2 screws to go there. So as you guys can see, it goes there, and I just need, I think this here, the screws here, and well, I'm gonna need to make sure that I screw this in place and secure it. Let's actually make sure we have the right one. Okay, so this would be the one. As you can see, it's a different size. Once again, I'm using my tool to go ahead and screw this in place. So I think when you're putting together a chair like this, okay, I'm not having luck with this screw. Let me make sure that it's perfectly aligned together. No, why I'm not having any luck with that, and that's not the right one either way. Let's see. So we have different screw sizes, and some of this can be trial and error. So since we have different screw sizes, I'm just trying to make sure this is the right one, the one that I first had started with, but for whatever reason I'm not having the best of luck securing it in place. So I'm going to try to really figure out what's okay. Nice. So what I'm actually having to do is try to actually test to see which screw is supposed to be there, and I'm right. It is the one that somehow hasn't wanted to be in place. So what I'm gonna have to really do here is try to kind of be forceful with it a little bit and see if I'm gonna have any luck. Okay, so I think we're in business. All right, so it just needed to be aligned properly. I'm gonna put the other one there also. All right. So I don't know about you guys if this is interesting, but this is the typical thing that you do. And a lot of times in the US, you buy furniture and you kind of have to put it together yourself. There's a famous place that really sells furniture, beds, drawers, and things of that nature. It's called IKEA, IKEA. It is notorious for having difficulty assembling furniture. Most of you might know, so if you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment. If not, tell me what is your experience putting furniture together. So I personally like to put things together And I like to be hands-on with stuff like fixing things. And then also, if I'm having difficulty figuring that out, it's just one of those things, the challenges that I'm always like, I need to make sure that I can put this together. I mean, at the same time, trust me, I'm not good at everything, and I don't think anybody is. Like a lot of home projects, do it yourself. Okay, so as you guys can see, I got that ready to go and it feels steady. And then I think the next part that we're going to be tackling is going to be, let's see, do we do the middle section yet, or do we hold off on the middle section? Okay. There is a plastic silver looking piece that came with this furniture. So it is going right here in the back. It's more like a decorative thing. So I'm gonna be making sure that snaps in place. Voila, there it is. It's got a silver shiny. Then our next setup, it's going to be this. This is basically a piece that you kind of use to, once you put this in place, you press it to kind of lift the chair down and also to lock it. I'm going to show you, as you guys can see, it's to kind of lock and lift the chair up and down. Okay, so this is the piece right there, and that is going to go on the bottom seat. So, okay, there are holes on here. These let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will be trying to make sure that we align this in the perfect spot to fix this. So let's see. Okay, so I am just trying to look at the diagram for putting this in place. Trying to figure out, so that's the front. Okay, the back. So this, I'm gonna take a chance on it. I think there's a possibility that I might do it a little backwards, and I hope it's not gonna be backwards. But if it is, we'll fix it. No biggie. All right, so here's a piece. I'm gonna lining it. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and then the holes here. This is where the back of the seat is gonna go. So we'll fix that. I'm looking at that. I want to say that it's supposed to be this way, but if I'm wrong, we'll fix it. All right, now we gotta figure out what screws we are gonna be using. I think it's gonna be this one. All right, so I'm gonna put the screws in place, and then we'll come back and tighten them once we have all 4 of them in place. Anyways, putting together a chair is kind of boring. So, but anyways, we'll try to have Philip in as we have a little conversation. Now, once you put that in place, now it's really about tightening them up a little bit to make sure that you have this. So yeah, so I don't know you ladies and gents if you guys have put furniture together, but it takes patience sometimes. It takes patience. Yeah, I've put furniture together sometimes, then realize that I have a piece on what I was working on backwards, and that can be one of the frustrating things of putting something together, and you think you have it all right, and then after you finish it, like, oh crap, this is not how it's supposed to be. So I've had those moments, but I do know over the years that it takes patience to put stuff like this together. And as they say, Rome was not built in a day. Basically meaning that, be patient, allow yourself grace to if you make a mistake or skip a step. And for me, sometimes I can easily put stuff like this together without looking, but it does help sometimes to just kind of follow directions along, because there have been pieces, especially if you're putting together a dresser or a table and you miss a piece or you put it upside down, then you have to disassemble that and fix it again, and it can be tedious, but yeah. And so now we have the bottom of the chair in place, and I'm just trying to make sure that I have that everything is tightly screwed on, because once you put the chair together, you want to make sure that it's not loose. So yeah, so as we kind of finalize tightening this up, then kind of looking at the next steps as well. I think we'll be working on putting the back of the chair onto the bottom of the seat. So I'm just making sure that I have everything tightly secured. So this is going to be the bottom of the seat. So next, what we're going to be putting together, we're going to be taking this back, and we are basically making sure that this goes onto the seat. So as you guys can see here, basically there'll be screws here and screws there. Also, okay. And once again, I'm gonna try to make sure I have the right screw sizes to tackle the job. And I'm just double checking to make sure that I don't have any stuff that fell. Okay. Like I said, sometimes this can be trial and error, but the fun of putting this stuff together is to make sure that you do it right the first time. So, okay. So once again, like I said, personally, I like to make sure that I place the screws in place, and then after I put them in place, let me see. Okay. So I'm actually supposed to use washers with this one. I don't know if you guys know, washers are usually this long, small things. So this is going to be the test. So you just put them all over the screwdriver, and you insert them into whatever you're supposed to be fixing them in. All right. Alright, so I'm dropping things left and right, but I'm basically trying to make sure that I have all my screws in place, and then I will start the process of kind of securing them in place. Once I have them secured where they're not going to come off, then I will tighten them onto the chair fully. All right. Okay, so just to give you a view of what I'm doing here. All right. So that one just fell down. Didn't want to play ball, but as you can see, the ones that are rightly in the right place, it's easy just to kind of lock them in. So this is a pretty boring task, but yeah, I don't know. Have you ever put a chair together? I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, you can criticize or give me positive criticism of my efforts here. Alright. Or do you guys think I should just fast forward to when the chair's ready? That would be cutting corners, right? We don't cut corners. Make sure that you do something right the first time. Okay, so now I think we have all the screws in place. Now we're just going to go back and make sure that we have a tight, everything's tightened up. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna be showing you guys here. So this is almost ready to be assembled completely. You guys show you what I've done so far. So here we are. Anyway, guys, as you guys can see, our screws are diminishing. As we get along the process, we've already went ahead and put the bottom to sit on, the back, the handles to lay our stuff on, and I think we are also going to be putting this, I think this is called a lumbar back support to it. So let's see if we can get a good angle to work on that. So we had previously put this silver looking thing on there. So I just realized that we might need to first I need to first screw that in place before putting the silver back to it. I don't know. You know, like I said before, instructions can be, can be a little tricky, and there's potential that you could put something together and then have to redo it again. So what I'm actually gonna need to do is to turn it down. Okay, so what I've had to do is to just basically lay it down, and I'm still trying to make sure I have the right screw. So guys, this little pad is, saying that I want to really work for my money. But like I said, I accept the challenge. So let's see. I just need to align this in the right place. It's just a matter of alignment. Once you have it aligned in the right place, it's easy to assemble it. So that fat screw was just giving me a little help. They're kind of tiny. I had to find the right screw first. Let me get closer here. So it's really a matter of aligning it with where it's supposed to be. Once you have that right or correct alignment, everything kind of falls in place. This side is really being pesty. I don't know why. It's just proving to be pesty. It's not. As you guys can tell, this other one is in place and it's pretty much playing ball. As you guys can tell, I'm already tightening it. It's just this other side. It has a mind of its own. It's just not secure, and I'm not 100% sure why. It's not gripping onto. Let's see. So it's actually accepting a different screw, which tells me that maybe I do need to take the other screw out and use this similar one. But initially, that was the first one that wasn't working when I first started to try to insert it and twist it. But it's like I said, sometimes you just have to be patient with these things. Okay, so I just had to take that one out, and I'm putting a different one in. But this was the first one that I started with that wasn't really complying. But as you can see, now that the other one has been secured, this other one is just fluidly just saying okay. So this is definitely now shaping up and looking like a chair. I'm gonna put in the final stages of this thing together. Gonna make sure that back lumbar support is tight in place. Okay, so that is in place. So we are putting back the silver. Kind of reminds me of Iron Man. So this is the silver piece that we first had started with. It's back in place. So you guys can see, definitely made some progress on this. So what's left? So I think right now what's left is we are gonna be putting this on the base. So, as you guys can tell, I think we have a chair that we need to test. Okay. So, what I wasn't sure of was whether we had done it correctly. As you guys can see. So the goal is to make sure that you do have the chair to be able to rise up and go down. Okay. Make sure that you have perfect lumbar support. And let's see. Yep, that part also goes up. I'm about 5'11", so definitely also want to make sure that, it's comfortable. But anyways, what do you guys think? Putting together an office chair. I'm assuming maybe about 35 to 45 minute-ish is what we have been able to do. I only paused for a couple of times to flip the camera over. It wasn't really a lot of behind the scenes or anything like that. This was like a straight up process from beginning to end. We do have a couple tools, washers, and some screws that are left. But as far as I know, we have successfully put together our chair. The brand of this chair is called a Chestnut office chair. This was one that we just ordered from Amazon. So I just put together a chair. So if you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. we're grateful. We are at 242 subscribers today. It's been about 4 weeks since we launched a Church Unlimited. So for my returning subscribers, I'm really grateful. Thank you for your support. And hit that notification button to get notified when my next video comes out. So if you like my content, if you think this is terrible, this sucks, then go ahead, feel free to leave me a comment so that you can let me know what type of content you want to see. So so thank you again. Have a blessed week. We're on the second week. That's the second or third week. I think it's the third week of August. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. And you have yourself a amazing week ahead of you. All right? Kwaheri, ciao, asante. I will see you in my next video.